Last time on Knights of the Rolled Table, the party teleported to Shimmercross on Velocia Island to find an Aarakocra monk named Khali, and after unlocking some wild magic and almost floating away, they found him. Having lost his memory, Khali wasn't able to provide much guidance to what he was sent to find, but did lead the others to a mountain peak temple. They encountered a complex series of locks and a door, behind which lay the mystery of Shimmercross Mountain.
The six of you are in front of this multi-stage lock, each with the mouth of a lion. What would you like to do?
Well, darling, I'm a little worried it might be a little more complicated than that. Allow me to just take a closer look. I'd like to inspect whatever lion is in front of me.
Sure. They're horizontally arranged. There is a sort of lion with its eyes closed, which is on the very right. That looks the tamest of the three. The middle one is snarling its teeth. It still has its mouth open, but its eyes are kind of flexed open a little bit. And then the third one, which is on the very left, is snarling and vicious, and its mane is kind of crazy looking, and it's the most vicious out.
So you're saying that's the one that looks the coolest?
Depending on what's cool, I guess.
I mean, I know what I would do, which is probably going to get us all killed. So Diedre will go to the one that has its eyes closed, that looks super calm, and I want to very cautiously, first I want to check and see if there's any traps,
Okay.
and then see if I can deduce anything once I'm sure the coast is clear.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Okay. 28. That was a nat 20, baby.
Yeah. All right. With a 28, a natural 20, you inspect the heck out of this door, and there are no traps. In fact, it seems like it's a multi-stage lock. From what you can tell, and you can see underneath the door, there are three what looks like metal pillars, and they're each vertically connected to one of where this lion sort of vertically line up. So you get the sense that each one of them has to be deactivated for the door to open. I'll say with a natural 20, you also get the sense from having picked some locks before for fun, and also like maybe for one or two jobs in your past, that typically it's done in a certain order, and because of the way that the lions are arranged, you think from right to left, from tamest lion to fiercest lion is probably the way to go.
This looks like the kind of lock that I might be able to pick.
Yeah.
With my thieves' tools. I will have a go at it then.
All right. So starting with the closed-eyed lion lock on the right, give me a sleight of hand check. Would anyone like to assist in some way?
Can my owl help?
I don't know, can it?
You can.
It can take the help action, but I don't know how logically that would apply to lockpicking.
You can just hold up a lantern is all you need to do.
Yeah.
And I'll go stand near her in case something terrible happens and she needs to save, so that she's...
Okay.
I'll produce flame as a lantern right wherever I need to add some light and not light anything on fire.
Ooh, look at her go.
Igneous holds up a light, so roll sleight of hand, and I'll give you advantage.
24.
24. You put in your lockpick tools. You feel the lion's mouth around open up even wider. It goes, and you hear the kind of pistons and gears turning. What seems like a release has gone off.
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that's promising, and I'm going to make my way over to this one next. And I'll go over to the one that's kind of half and half.
Yep.
I still want to investigate for traps.
Sure. Give me an investigation check.
Look at her go.
27.
This is my one parlor trick, you guys. I got no spells.
I made this room for you.
Oh no, Deeds.
So 27, you inspect this door thoroughly. The second pass is just as good as the first one. There are no traps.
Whoop. Okay, I'm gonna try and unlock that one. Can I get some light over here, Igneous?
Would anyone else like to assist in some way?
You guys just want to let me go on my own?
Well, is there anything we could do to help you, Diedre?
Just a little bit of light, and if somebody could hold these extra tools. The timing of this, most people think that lockpicking is just a matter of finding the right combination, but there's a little bit of a dance to it.
I'll hold some tools, and then I'll also take the novelty handkerchief that I have of Enjoy the Knights of the Realm, and I'll mop her forehead if she gets any sweat.
Okay.
All right.
You feel clean and calmed, and you have an assistant, because I'm not going to say that the light will help you every time, but there's a new thing that helps you. So you feel, like they have your back. So you also have advantage on this roll as well. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. 16 and 27.
27. A little trickier this time. You have to put in the second tool and a little twist, and you don't find it at first, but after a couple of seconds, faster than what you thought possible, you give a little turn and a twist, and you hear a click, and then the lion's head.
Alright, I'm noticing a little bit of a theme here, and she's gonna fish into her bag and pull out her elixir of Dagani and swig
What's
that.
that do?
That gives me a plus D4 to any skill check for 1 hour.
Okay.
I should have done that earlier, but I didn't know what I was getting into, and I kind of forgot I had it.
All right. So go ahead. And
R.I.P. Dagani.
You make your way to the third lock.
When I see Diedre drink
this is
the
a
potion,
very-
I take out my flask from my belt and I go, "Oh, I'll drink with you."
That's okay.
Khali takes a swig.
He gets power from it.
I'm gonna investigate again because I don't trust anybody.
Okay.
That's gonna get 22.
22. Your nerves are getting the best of you right now, and with even though people are helping you out, you're not as sure this time. It looks safe, but it's also harder to tell. And in your experience, the last lock is often the trickiest or the trappiest.
I'm gonna kind of stand back, and I'm gonna take one of my crossbow bolts out of my bag, and I'm gonna just yeet it at the lock to see if I can trip it without hurting myself.
You're gonna throw it in the lock?
Yeah, just yeet.
Oh, I'd
Okay,
love
make
to
an
see
attack
this.
roll.
Oh, this is great.
Well, it's not like a full attack. It's just
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just
okay.
for flavor,
25.
Okay. Crossbow bolts gets kind of yanked at the or tossed at the lion's head. It goes right in. Ding, 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 ding. Kind of lands on the floor. Nothing happens.
All right, then I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna. I'm feeling a little nervous about this one. If I could have someone watching my back and be prepared to yank me if anything bad should happen, I would really appreciate that.
I'll also stand there with my shield, and if we have any sense that something bad's gonna happen, I'll put it between her and the door.
Yep.
Oh, and then you gotta pet Rebecca for good luck.
I will pet Rebecca for good luck.
Okay, so you give her
2 pets and 2 pats.
And her wool helps absorb some of the sweat off of my fingers.
it's as you pat Rebecca, and you haven't done this yet, I don't think. It's got this sort of steel mesh kind of consistency. It's not soft. It's sort of like a wire mesh of metallic thing. But as you do this, you feel this kind of rejuvenation coursing through you, and with this roll, in addition to the D4 from the elixir, you get +5
Oh, snap.
added to your roll.
Okay, then do I have advantage or no?
I'll say with this one, you don't have advantage, but you do have those bonuses. You
Okay.
have a D4
Woo!
and +5.
All right. Let's roll the marbles here. Oof. So that was an 11. +5 is going to be 16. Plus that D4 is going to be an 18.
Okay. As sweat is overtaking your palms, you stop for a second to take off your gloves so you can get that extra grip on there. You're twisting, and you have to kind of reposition one of your fingers. Your pinky cramps up for a second, and you're just like, and you feel
She
like
starts humming Fleur de Lis to herself.
Okay. Yeah. And you feel like the tension on one of the picks is going to break, and just as you sense that that rotation happening, you correct yourself, push it even further, find the right groove, and then you twist the lock. You needed a 17.
Oh!
And then you hear the door, and it starts to open, rotating on the center axis. It actually rotates right from the center, leaving 2 openings on either side of the door. Your way is open.
Well done, Diedre.
Well, never let it be said that I was but a common thief.
And Diedre, you have inspiration.
Oh yeah, I would never let anyone say that.
All right, but I'm not going in first because I'm not stupid. Yenni! Why don't you go in first?
Yenni goes in first, and everybody else does everybody else follow?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. You guys make your way into this next room. It's a carved cavern. The walls are a little rougher than the previous room. It's about 40 feet in width and depth. And this room has a wooden door. It's a wider door than the previous blue door that you saw before. There is 4 carved wooden faces in this door. They're not lions, but they're goblins. And they're about 2 feet apart and 4 feet high from the floor. And one of them has its eyes wide open, looking slack-jawed. It's like slack-jawed, and eyes are just big and bulging, you know. The second is facing sideways, and you can see a profile carved of this goblin with its ear sticking out. And the third has its head turned up, with his eyes closed and its nose sticking up in the air. And the fourth has its eyes closed, with its mouth wide open and tongue sticking out.
Well, they seem fun.
Are there, so the last ones, the lions had keyholes in their mouth. Are there any keyholes there, or is it just open-mouthed goblin folk?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. 17.
17. The goblins on this door, which is now stone, it's an orange stone rock, and the goblins are carved into or from. They seem to be all kind of connected. They're carved from the door or into the door, and they're made out of stone as well. There's no keyhole that you can see.
I thought you'd said that the door was wood. It's actually stone. Okay.
It looked wooden, but now it's actually stone.
You've seen through my ruse.
No worries. I
Solved
just
my
wanted to-
puzzle.
Just wanted to make sure I understood.
Yeah.
If I go up to one of the goblins, you said there was a goblin in profile. Is it all the way in profile, or is it kind of at an angle from the door?
It's all the way in profile. It's just kind of, it's almost like looking at the one with its eyes wide open, kind of judgingly, like.
Okay. If I go to the one that's looking up, and I look up where its eye line would be, do I see anything there?
Or you're following its gaze to where
I
it's
go up
looking?
to the door, like I'm looking, I'm making eye contact with it first, and then I look down where its eyes should be. Then I turn, so I'm matching its angle, and then I'm looking up where the eyes would be looking in the room.
I'll say perception or investigation, whatever you, if you're looking for that exact spot, or if you're just looking for the general area, you can give me perception.
Ooh, well, that's a poopy roll. I did perception. It's 13.
It's about 40 feet high. It's kind of hard to see. There might be a spider up on the ceiling.
Oh, we should interrogate that spider.
Okay, I can speak with animals, so. But I don't think a little spider's going to have much to say.
Well, we had good luck talking to that other spider.
Well, yes, but they were bigger, more intelligent. This is just a regular one.
Theo, you look up and there is no spider.
Oh, yeah, sure, okay. Khali, maybe you need to cool it on your drink there. You might be seeing
That's
things.
something to think about, certainly. Yes.
Igneous tries to make all the same faces as the goblins. Just kind of get in their headspace.
like in front of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so Igneous goes up and goes like, he like opens his mouth, opens his eyes, and he just kind of leans in. Give me a performance check.
Ooh.
Performance 12.
It's very impressive, and Igneous is making all these faces, and all of you are like, oh yeah, maybe he's onto something. He finishes with the last one. No effect.
What if four of us each make one of the faces?
Oh, all right.
I hate it, but I'll do it.
I'll do the looking up one. I like this fellow.
Okay.
Melbin will take the profile.
I'll take the one with the nose up.
No, that's the one.
That was the one that Khali has.
Oh. What was the other one? The one with the tongue out?
There's a tongue out, and then there's a bulging eyes.
I'll do the bulging eyes.
Okay. So you're each making that face?
And then Igneous tries to take a picture, but he realized that technology doesn't exist. So he thinks about doing a minor illusion of them making the faces, and then he realized maybe not with the magic thing. So he just does a mental image of it. It's pretty funny.
Which one are you in front of? Oh, you didn't actually do
No,
it.
I'm just taking in the sea.
You're just looking. Okay.
So 3 of us are waiting
Or
until
Yenni.
a fourth one does something.
Oh, I guess I'll do the last one, and I'll try and make that face.
Okay. What do you do? You're in front of the bulging eyes one?
I
No,
am.
that's Jen.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So, Diedre, what do you do in front of that one?
She stands up and stares it straight on and does her best, like, bulging eyes, like, and tries to mirror the face as best as she can.
Okay. No effect.
I would like to do what Khali did, where try to look at the ceiling, but I want to do that where the bulging eye one is. Like, look where the bulging eye one is looking.
Oh, okay. So you go to the first one, and you turn around, look at kind of the opposite wall. Do you want to get closer to the wall?
Sure.
Okay. You get close to the wall, and you see a small carving. As you get closer, you kind of approach, and you see what looks like you think it's a teardrop at first, but then you get closer and it's sort of a carving of flame.
Aha. I'm gonna point that out to everyone, but say specifically to Igneous. Say,
Oh, perhaps you could show that one a flame.
the bulging eye one.
All right. I'll produce flame in my hand. I'll produce flame actually on the picture of the flame, the glyph that he found.
Okay.
And if that doesn't do anything, track that back towards the face of the goblin that was looking at it.
Okay. You produce flame on the glyph. Nothing seems to happen from the goblins. So as you get close and about a foot in front of the goblin, you have this flame in your hand, and you see the goblin with its eyes open go, and it kind of blinks, and above it, there's this little circle, and it lights up in the same way that the runes as you were walking in kind of lit up with this kind of green phosphorescent glow, and right above it, the circle goes.
Oh, it did a thing.
Aha, everyone look for more glyphs.
Igneous will hold the flame up to the other goblins. See what happens.
Nothing happens.
I would like to try to find additional glyphs
Okay,
where the other ones are looking.
make an investigation check.
How high up is that circle?
It's right above the goblin's head, so it's about 5 feet from the ground.
23 on my investigation check.
23. You spend a good 10 minutes looking around, using the flame, using light. It can't really find any other glyphs.
Why don't we try looking inside? And Yenni goes to peek inside the mouth of the goblin with the open mouth.
Okay, what are you looking for?
See if there's any glyphs in there.
There doesn't seem to be any glyphs in that mouth. It's just going,
hello?
Pull its tongue.
Yeah. I pull the tongue real quick.
I pulled the tongue, nothing happened.
Oh.
If I worked on this one, you want to try
Does-
water and air and
Yeah, water. He seems thirsty.
Who's got water?
Well, I have some. Well, I take my flask, and I put a little into my hand, just cup some, and then I put it up to the tongue.
So are you holding it underneath, or are you?
Yeah, I'm holding it underneath, but I'm letting it touch the tongue. The tongue's out.
Okay.
So the tongue.
As soon as the your liquid in your hands touches the tongue, makes contact, this little you see the tongue, it sort of gets pulled up on the surface of the tongue, and then almost like a surface sponge, it just seeps in and absorbs into the tongue, and another round phosphorescent circle lights up above the tongue goblin.
So the other ones are, one is looking up with its nose in the air, and the other
One
one's
has
got its ear towards us.
Not quite. I mean, its eyes are kind of half closed. It's looking up, but its nose is up in the air with nostrils flared, and the other one has its ear out.
I want to go breathe on the face of the one with its nose up in the air.
You're gonna breathe.
Just go.
You see, as you do that, you see the glyph, the circle, kind of faintly glow, and then go away.
Hold on, I think I got it here. Now hold on. And Theo goes in his bag and he pulls out one of his wheels of cheese, and he undoes it from the cloth, and he holds it up under the one of the nose.
The nostrils flare.
Yes.
and then the glyph lights up.
And then Melbin is gonna yell into the ear of the other of the last one.
What do you yell?
Hey, open up!
And then the one with the ear, it does that cartoon thing where the ear kind of goes dun, 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 sort of like pulses a little bit, and the glyph lights up with the auditory sound. And as the 4 round glyphs are lit above the goblins' heads, the doors, a seam that you didn't see because it was so small, opens up and splits the door in half, and you hear the stone goes, and it opens up to another room.
Hey!
What's this room look like? I'll go in.
Okay, so you head in. It's lit again by that sort of faint phosphorescent glow. This room is a 50-foot diameter round room. In the center is a single marble podium. And lining the perimeter of this room are small 7-foot tall alcoves, most of which are empty, but there's about 7 that are filled with marble white statues. Some of the statues are missing some limbs, some look very old, some look newer. One of them is completely crumbled to the feet.
Are any of them intact?
One of them is intact, yeah. The statue. It looks like a tiefling with a javelin of some kind. There's some sort of instrument on its back, like perhaps a lute or a guitar of some kind. And his hand is reaching out.
How big are these statues?
Life size, humanoid size.
Okay, so they're not light then.
Oh, they look like heavy statues. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to check one out, you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can lift up the tiefling statue that's intact.
You're gonna try to lift up the statue?
Yeah, I want to see if I can move it towards the pedestal.
Okay.
If it moves at all.
It's like moving a boulder. There is no movement at all.
But its hand is up?
I mean, its hand is up, almost like it was in the midst of saying something or singing something. In the middle of the room, above this podium, you start noticing a faint fog, and then a glow starts to swirl around, and then you hear this, and a floating spectral head, shimmering in different colors, of a humanoid male with rough-hewn hair and 2 horns that are kind of sticking out, but not like the tiefling that you just saw, Melbin. This is more like little tiny nub horns. And can I have everybody make a history check?
I'm actually quite good at history. Oh,
2.
But I rolled a 3, so that's an 11.
I rolled a 2, so I got a 5.
But I get a plus D4 because it's been less than an hour, right?
Yep.
Natural 1.
Okay.
We got a 1, a 2, and a 3.
A 14.
Hey, we're doing great.
14, okay. Khali, it's a head. This is a head.
Oh, look at that! Look how big this room is.
I mean, you've seen floating heads before. It's nothing unusual. Anybody else?
That head is not attached to anything.
My 14 didn't do anything.
13.
5.
9.
9. Igneous?
I had a 2.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so 14. Diedre, in your studies and in grammar school and some of the studies when you studied the fantasy realms of other planes, you recognize this creature. You can't quite remember. You think it might be called a faun, but it looks faunish. you're having trouble remembering which realm it might have been. Maybe something from the plane of air, or maybe the Shadowfell or the Feywild. You can't quite place your finger where it's from, but something fantastical, not of this realm.
I will convey that to the team. Everything that I recall. I think it's a fawn of some sort.
And as you do that, it sort of blinks into existence, and it says,
"Approach, relic seekers, one at a time. But listen and heed my ominous rhyme. Answer 3 questions correct, and ye win. Answer 1 wrong, and you end up like him."
and he looks over at the tiefling statue.
Oh, right. Rhyming's never good. Rhyming always leads down dangerous paths.
This sounds troubling.
Oh, everybody loves a riddle challenge.
Does everyone have to do this?
The fawn head kind of looks down at the podium like,
Melbin, you're the bravest. Why don't you step up?
I agree, actually, but I'm wondering if... screw it. Let's just do that. I'm not going to game theory this. Let's just... Melbin will go first. Let's see what happens.
all right.
A game theory.
Melbin approaches the statue. As he approaches the statue, and the fawn head disappears, and it reappears in front of you, and above you, this beam of light kind of floats above you, and you're standing at this podium, this marble podium, and the fawn head is in front of you, and it reappears, and it says,
"I have a golden tail and a golden head. What am I?"
Oh, you are a gold coin.
That is correct.
Can we hear it? Like when Melbin's up there, can the rest of us hear? Okay, go.
You can.
Oh, he got uneasy.
Yeah, that one was pretty easy.
That's good.
I don't get it.
And then it kind of disappears, and the light goes away.
I guess someone else's turn, and then...
As you walk away from the podium, the fawn head appears above the podium, and it kind of looks at the rest of you like,
Alright, I think this is only going to get worse. Diedre will step forward.
okay.
They may get harder. They may get more difficult.
All right, Diedre steps forward. Same kind of thing happens. The light shines down. The fawn head appears
Is
above
this like
you.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, where it's like dun dun dun?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So the fawn head pops up and he goes,
I am a room you cannot enter. What am I?
Do an ask the audience.
I'd like to phone a friend.
I'm a room you cannot enter. What am I?
Can we...
I'm too stupid.
I want to yell out the answer.
I mean, you all hear it.
Melbin is going to whisper,
Mushroom, mushroom.
Oh, yes, a fungi, a mushroom.
And he says,
That is correct. But you cheated.
You didn't specify that I had to be the first one to say the answer, so therefore you
and he
would...
looks over at Melbin and says,
You cheated.
and blinks. Melbin, your left arm turns to stone.
Oh no.
Oh, uh-oh.
What position is it in when you turn to stone?
I was like this, so it's probably stuck.
Okay.
I was whispering with both hands near my mouth, and so my left arm is going to be stuck
So
up
in
near
a
my
in a
mouth.
bent arm with a cupped hand, and it's like, oh.
My shield is just like
No
still on that
more
arm.
cheating.
Oh, I get it.
And the
Mushroom.
light goes away, the head goes away.
Oh, this is gonna go real bad.
Because you can't get inside
Have I
a
mentioned that I don't like this island?
All right, well,
And
I'm getting off the pedestal.
Yeah, that's new. I've never seen that before.
As Diedre walks away,
You might not get
the
used
head
to it.
comes up and it starts looking at the rest of you, and he goes, there's a bit of a Max Headroom sort of like lag, you know. It kind of like it kind of jumps around a bit.
Oh, I don't like this creature at all. I'll step up and go next. Okay, I'll do your riddles.
One always falls, but never breaks. One always breaks, but never falls. What are they?
Okay, one falls, but never breaks. Another way that you might say that something falls is that it might be like a waterfall. It could break. Well, water could break on the ocean, but it won't fall. Let's see. Could it be like a wave of water? And I just kind of look at everybody else and like my. Okay, well, all right.
One always falls, but never breaks. One always breaks, but never falls. What are they?
I think I know the first half.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk
Is it,
with you again. I don't know. That's my guess.
Is it could it be related to seasons? Like
Tell you.
Theo.
Okay.
Theo. I think it's.
Well, don't tell.
It's two different things.
It's not the same thing.
It's two.
And the head kind of looks over to Yenni and was like,
You're correct. I'm gonna give you that one. That's fine. It's not technically cheating because you're clarifying. That's fine.
When
She's
the
right.
head looks back at Theo, I'm gonna like stretch my arms and my wings unfurl, and I'm like, and I'm like trying my best to like articulate some of the feathers and be like,
I'm gonna use the message ability on the knights symbols and see if I can talk to Khali. Like, you know how to do this? And also see if I get struck by lightning or something when I try that.
it does go through. Khali, you hear a voice in your head from Igneous.
I look over at Iggy.
You feel and see your knight's emblem insignia kind of shine a little bit.
My arms are up, so I see it light up, and I'm like, oh, it's like your phone going off.
Yeah, you kind of hear this.
You
kind of hear like a muffled voice in the back of your head, but you're like, look over at Igneous. He's kind of looking at you.
And I go,
just like message
this
like,
is Khali. How can I help you?
Message Theo.
Oh, yes. I'll like look, like try to focus at Theo and just. I think the first one's a feather.
He doesn't hear you because you're not placing. You haven't communicated in the way that. So. This.
I'm touching it.
Oh, you are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you
right?
you touch on the insignia, and then Theo, you hear in your head Khali, and what does Khali say?
It's the first one's a feather, I believe. A feather fall, and it never breaks.
Okay.
He
Very
just says
good.
that. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
I think.
I
think I know what it is.
All right,
Yeah,
I
me
got a
too, but I'm being
guess.
quiet. I'm not doing
Okay,
it.
I've got a guess. I'm gonna say that it's a feather and a sweat. Oh wait, no, I changed my answer. Hold on.
No, I'm sorry. That's wrong.
And he blinks, and Theo disappears.
Uh-oh. Oh,
And
No, Master Theo!
to your left, in one of the empty alcoves, there is a flash of light, and Theo is stone.
No!
Rebecca, who's next to Melbin as a trusted companion, goes, "Ma, ma, ba."
I agree. It is
The
bad.
head comes back and goes,
Who's next?
Oh,
I think that last one.
I feel like Waterfall and Wave made sense. Is there going to be a different one, or do we get like multiple choice on that last one?
Who's next?
I thought it was day and night.
That's what I said.
I'll do it. Yenni goes
Oh,
up.
God.
Lord.
Give me your thinking words.
Oh, man.
all right. So Yenni gets up to the podium. The podium actually lowers down a little bit. It's very considerate. and the head pops up in front of you, and he goes,
One always falls, but never breaks. One always breaks, but never falls. What are they?
I turn around to everyone else. It's the same one.
Yes, but you can't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong again, because
Did Diedre say out loud what she thought it was, or?
Well, technically, Melbin said it first.
Yeah, Melbin said it out loud when that was over.
Good thing Yenni was listening.
Igneous,
No!
Igneous will message Yenni and say, it's day and night. Melvin says it's day and night, but like it's your petrification, so you do you. Like day, night falls, and day breaks.
oh, that's pretty good.
Igneous out.
Wait a minute. Say it again. Stupid floaty head.
One always falls, but never breaks. One always breaks, but never falls. What are they? Make sure you say them in the right order. Wouldn't want to slip up.
Oh, no.
Yenni's gonna roll for it.
"Okay."
Wait, what?
You want me to pick what you're rolling?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Make a straight up intelligence check.
Okay. Right down the middle. Straight 10.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's average.
Yenni is 10 years
So-
older, so there may be more wisdom.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe, but not intelligence.
Right. Yeah. So you heard Igneous say day and night, but that seems right. But you like to be different, so you're gonna say night and day.
Sounds good. Night and day, baby.
That's correct.
Chaos. Succeed.
I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT.
With that,
Oh, it is?
the head kind of looks behind you and goes,
Go on.
and then it disappears. And then you
Wait.
hear, you kind of feel this, you feel these stone doors kind of slatted in between each other, and they open up.
Oh,
Wait,
And-
how do we get Master Theo back and my arm? But mostly Theo.
The head pops up again, and it goes,
Hello, would you like to play again?
For what are the stakes?
I'll ask you another riddle. And if you get it correct, I'll unstone your friend and your arm. But if you get it wrong, you both become stone.
oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good odds.
Melbin would do this. So, yes.
Ask away.
Come to the podium, please.
He walks up.
the head appears in front of you. And he goes,
I don't know that-
Couldn't get enough, could you?
I don't know that I would do this, but Melbin absolutely would.
Sure.
We always come in two and stand together. But one is useless without the other. What are we?
I know what I'm thinking
Melbin.
it is, but I don't think it makes sense in D&D lore.
Melbin looks wildly around at everybody else.
I'm gonna touch my tattoo and just message. Possibly chopsticks. Are chopsticks a thing in D&D? Like, I mean, there has to be, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a thing, but then you think about it, Diedre, and you're like, they don't really stand.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna say, you sort of stop yourself. You're like,
Thank you for that. You're very kind. Very kind, Theo.
I have an idea, but I really
but
don't
as
think
you're
it's the right
as you're
answer.
thinking chopsticks, you're like, oh well, you know, it's something that comes in a pair. It's a pair. You get the sense, like, it comes in two. It's a pair.
Can I message everyone else without speaking out loud from where I am?
It's telepathic.
So yes.
I'm thinking bookends.
No, darling.
No.
Clock's ticking. I'm just kidding. There's no clock.
Oh, good. Just
Unless
a
you'd
moment.
like one.
No, thank you.
My name's Peep, by the way.
Might as well get some backstory while we're waiting.
How long you been here, Peep?
And it turns over to you.
Ugh.
You keep thinking.
For a long
Oh,
time.
really? That sounds rough. You must get bored up in here. Do you come up with these riddles yourself?
I have no memory.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. So you might have.
So how do you know the answer's right?
Hey, listen, Peep, just between you and me, you don't have to tell these other people. What's the answer of this one?
I can't tell you that.
You literally can't, or like, you don't want to?
I am the guardian of this
Right,
room.
I get that.
I do like shiny things, though. Do you have any shinies?
Yes, I do. I have, pull out like a silver coin. Look at this. That's shiny.
Do you remember the last time someone came through here and answered one of your riddles?
Oh, yes.
Were they successful, or was that the last?
Oh, that chap over there.
And he points to the tiefling, and he says,
Got quite far, but couldn't get the last question.
Will you unfreeze them if we get this one right?
"No,
And we'll have another person in our party?
You can't.
You're a
ask.
statue.
You're a statue."
I'm asking for the party.
Stand in
don't know.
two. Is it they? One more time.
They come.
We always come in two and stand together, but one is useless without the other.
It's
What
that
are
last part that's throwing me off the most.
What's your most likely other answer, Matt?
Literally, I have no other answer other than bookends right now.
Okay.
That's the only thing occurring to me, and that's probably what I'm gonna end up saying because I don't want to take all night doing this. But
Sure.
just give me a minute.
You know, is there something with like a structural element?
Like a table? Tables generally
A two-legged table.
Or have four?
a two-legged table, and it's definitely
two-legged
useless.
table.
Yeah.
Right?
Legs are the other thing I'd thought of.
Well, legs is pretty. Like,
But you can
That's
have one
very
leg and it's not
ableist.
useless.
Yeah.
to say.
That's why I don't.
Well,
that's why again the
that's-
last part's throwing me off.
What about pants?
You know. Oh yeah, one pant
pant?
is
One
pretty
pant's
bad.
bad, but
That
two.
one, I like that
Pants, baby.
Pants don't really stand. Like unless you
Wow.
just really haven't
one.
watched them.
If you start them, if you start them enough.
All right, it's not a great riddle. I didn't think we would get this.
Because pants is the other solution, right?
let's not eat it up too much. But
So I'm gonna touch my tattoo and I'm gonna say, boots.
Melbin will say,
Is it boots?
Yes.
Yeah. But technically,
Good job,
you can
Melvin.
still wear one shoe, and Deidre's gonna
Don't
say that was-
hassle the riddle spirit, Deidre.
No, he has the opportunity
And it-
to.
We
And it
got a
turns
good
to you
thing
and says-
going.
Says,
But they're useless without each other.
You could still
That
wear
is
one
true.
shoe. You could do.
You'd be all lopsided, Deidre. You don't want
You
to do
don't
that.
want to. You don't want to go
It's
outside
not
with one
fashion
shoe.
forward to just wear one boot.
You could sell
Yeah,
a
you're
single
not moving
boot.
forward at all.
Or
and
I
then,
knew a
as
pirate
this is
once.
happening, a flash of light and Theo flashes, and then you see Theo come back to life. And Melbin, your arm unstones itself.
clunk.
Oh, great.
So, was I right, or?
And then the head of Peep, the fawn, goes away, and the door is open to you to what looks like a very large next room.
The rooms keep getting bigger.
Melbin is going to run over and hug, and like hug Theo.
Master
Whoa,
Theo,
hey.
Master Theo, you're alive again.
Well, of course. I don't know how I got over here.
And then like the deepest bow ever to Diedre.
Well, I owe you.
But he's going to try to be somewhat coy about it since he doesn't want to give away to the floating head that she just gave him the answer.
Oh, darling, it was a stupid riddle. Anyways, let's move forward. Chris, it was a lovely riddle. I just wanted to give to the. You've done an excellent job.
I made a room for you.
I love you so much.
Deidre looks around the room for a suggestion box. Like,
Excuse me. I'd like to talk to the temple manager, please.
I wish to speak to the
all right.
riddle master.
Let's move things along. All right, so you move into the next room.
General at D100, no reason.
roll 4d6 6 times. Drop the lowest.
Oh no!
So you go into a room and it's large and triangular with tiered levels like an amphitheater for giants. It has about 7 steps down, and each step is about like 4 feet of a drop. And at the lowest level, about 7 steps down, there are 2 8-foot tall stone spires sticking out from the ground. The single light source is a very bright, and it kind of lights up the whole room from this source, is a horizontal beam of energy is the best way to describe it. It's like this light, but it's more like a crackling energy. And suspended in the middle of it is a floating object, a floating mound of what looks like earth or stone. It's kind of hard to tell from this far away.
Did you say that the beam is between the 2 stone spires?
Correct.
Okay.
And it's sort of connected, and in the middle of it is this thing. On the outside of the room of the triangle, one of the tips, and there's one on to your left and right, and then there's one down in the center. Are 4 large, about 7 feet tall trees that are growing out of the ground. And you see that the steps, even though they're made of stone, the trees kind of are rooting themselves into the earth. One tree has red leaves, one tree has green leaves, one tree has yellow leaves, and one tree has purple leaves. And I'm gonna have everybody make a history check.
Roll better this time, everyone. Just roll higher than we did before, because
No deal.
last time was bad.
21.
24.
17.
Not 20.
8.
16.
10.
Okay, everybody that rolled above a 16 in your personal studies and in lore finding, fact finding, and in stories that you've heard and songs. Some of you, I don't know if any of you have ever been there, but you've heard of tales of the Feywild, which is a land of fantastical creatures and colors, often of extreme nature. and these trees look very Feywild in their origin. Has anybody ever been to the Feywild? None of these
but
characters
Theo
have
can
gone,
summon-
as far as we know. But I mean, you might have gone on previous, it's possible.
Theo can summon creatures from the Feywild.
So it's very familiar to you, Theo.
Yeah.
The sort of colors and even just the shape of the trees and even of just this room and of the energy from the spires, it's more and more and as you think back to these different challenging, the fawn, the goblins, the sort of fantastical lions that you saw, it's like this whole place is very fey in nature.
Very on brand.
Yeah, for some reason.
It's very Feywildian.
Yep.
Khali, you never really told us what it was that we were looking for.
That is because I don't fully remember it myself. DM clarification. It was I was told what it was, or I was told what it was going to be used for, possibly, right?
So you do remember that you were told what you were looking for, but you don't remember what it was. And you remember distinctly having I'm looking for something that they told me to find, but then the island took it from me. So maybe I'm here to find something, but I need you to make, Khali, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. You can add 4 to your roll because Melbin's nearby you.
Is there a polar bear on this island?
No,
Oh
Is there
my
a smoke
God.
monster?
no smoke monster.
20. Yeah, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As soon as you see this object, a flood of memories starts coming back to you. And you hear the voice of a half-elf, deeper in tone, with a bow on her back through mind communication saying, "We need you, Khali, to find this artifact. We need you to find this sphere. It's a rare artifact from the Feywild. It's a unique material." And you recognize this voice, and it's coming back to you. You know who this is? This is Sora McIntyre. This is the head of the knights. You're a knight. You're a knight of the realm. You're given this quest. You were the protector of the ambassador of Manjabe. You're Khali. You're a high-ranking knight. You were told by Sora to find this unique material, which is an ancient material. It's said to be made from the footprints of the goddess Saloon herself, stepping into this other plane and leaving glowing rocks that create a glowing substance, which is referred to in the Feywild as luminite. And it's incredibly powerful in its abilities and also its abilities to stop magic from forming. The last thing I'll tell you is that Sora is telling you is that it's rumored and the legend says it has powers to quell magic of darkness, shadow, and death. This could be extremely useful in the coming battle, if you can find this.
Do you need a diamond pickaxe to mine that, or can you just use a regular?
And all of this kind of floods into your head.
As it does that, how do the knights refer to Sora? Like commander? Like, was there like a?
I think it's first night.
I'll say as Khali, like all these memories flood back. It's like, yes, first night, and he points, and like there's a little bit more, like, presence in his eyes. He's still a little bit flighty. He's a drunken master, but he points and he goes, "Luminite." That's what I was looking.
Oh, your cheese back. I can feel it. Welcome back.
Thank you. That's what we were looking for. That's going to be very helpful. Sora told us when we came to this, she sent us to this island for that.
Oh, we met her. I like her.
Oh,
There's this whole deal
Yes.
with the genie and that. Well, we'll tell you later. Let's
sure.
All right, Luminite. What's that mean?
It is a magical substance. Some say, wrought from the gods themselves. Saloon, specifically, has various powers, but in particular can stave off magical abilities and could prove useful. Protective sort of magic. And I think that's what I came to this island for.
Here you are in this room, looking at what Khali has referred to as Luminite. What do you do?
Theo will go up and inspect the trees. Do they look like trees that are from this realm, or that look like they're from this plane, or anything from the trees specifically?
You can give me a nature check.
11.
11. These are unlike trees you ever seen in this realm or in this world. You've heard of trees from other planes and other worlds in terms of like there's the realm of shadow and there's shadow trees and you know death trees and things like that. But this seems more mystical and more fantastic. So it doesn't seem like anything that you ever seen, but it seems like there's something more to this tree than what you can sense. You just can't really put your finger on.
Do they bear fruit or flowers or anything?
Give me an investigation check.
18.
18. You look up in this tree. Which tree are you looking at, actually?
Let's start with the purple one since
Okay.
it's the most unusual.
Purple tree. You look up in the branches and you catch a glimpse of what looks like a wooden flat slate.
Like hanging from the branches?
Like kind of gripped in, several branches are kind of wrapped around it and sort of grabbing it and covering it.
Could I climb to it or reach it with my shepherd's crook?
It's pretty high up. It's about like 15, 16 feet up, so you can climb.
Sure. I'll climb a little bit and use my shepherd's crook to
Okay.
see if I can bat that out of the tree.
Make an athletics check for me. You guys see Theo climbing up this tree.
5.
It's the branches are kind of spread out a little bit, and as you try to get up, and you're hanging, and you got your hook, and then you drop your crook, but you're kind of grabbing it. You're in this particular area where you probably should have taken a left back at that last branch, and now your arms are all the way up and grabbing on the next branch, and your feet are all the way stretched, and you're on your tippy toes, and you're kind of like, I don't really have a move here.
Okay, somebody give me a boost here. There's something in this tree.
Melbin will come and help him up.
Okay, give me a strength check with disadvantage because you're wearing heavy armor.
Disadvantage?
No, the
owl will help.
I mean, if the owl could pull it out of the tree.
18.
Okay.
I'll send the owl up to help and like tug on him, and then realize, maybe the owl could just get the thing.
Okay, so Melvin gets climbs up pretty deftly, even with the armor, and pushes up Theo. And as they're climbing, the owl kind of flies up in front of Theo's face, and then kind of pauses for a second, then flies around and goes to the slate that Theo is looking at. And actually, as it's doing that, it flies around and it actually goes to a different one. And you look up and you see this owl, and it's the purple tree has 4 purple slates in different branches. So the owl actually goes to one and grabs it and pulls it up and flies back to Igneous. And on this purple slate, this sort of bark slate is a carving of a unicorn head.
All right, look at this. I'll send the owl to get the other ones. Fly, oh no.
So it's a purple slate, and it has a unicorn head. The owl goes and flies and grabs it, tries to grab the other one. Go ahead and make a strength check, Igneous. This one's a little bit more wrapped up.
For me or the owl?
For you, I'm gonna use your
3.
3. The owl has trouble getting the second one. It flies over to another one and successfully grabs a third one and brings it back. This one has a purple dragon head. And then, do you want it to try to grab the fourth one?
Yes.
Okay. I'll say by that point, Theo makes it up to the one that the owl was having trouble with. Go ahead and make a strength check.
2.
It's a hard angle. You're pretty high up, and you're having trouble getting these. It's just like it's like one of those knots that's like, oh, what? How can I get this?
Okay, get your bird over here.
You just see like
Igneous.
the vines and the branches and the twigs and stuff are covering up the drawing, so you can't even see what it is. It looks like it has something round underneath, but it's kind of hard to tell. The owl goes over to the fourth slate, and Igneous, go ahead and make another strength
The
check.
bird's not that strong either. Sorry. And 10.
10. It pulls at it a little bit. It gets caught. The owl sort of has to go back a few times. You just see it flapping kind of wildly, and eventually it manages to pull it out, and it flies back. And this one has a purple goblin head, similar to the goblin heads you saw before.
All right, we got another goblin. Got a horse with a spiky thing in its brain, and it looks like a dragon. That's a dragon, right?
I mean,
What's that third one say, Theo?
Fourth one.
What's that one up there say, Theo?
well, hold on. I can't get it out. Just hold on. Yeah, try again.
Okay. Give me another strength check.
10.
10. It takes a little bit of finagling. You manage to loosen some branches, break a couple of things. You feel really bad, like breaking a living creature, and it's you're like, oh, nature. But eventually you manage to wiggle it free, and you pulled the slate forward. Melbin is underneath you, so you could drop it or throw it or just come down. But
What is it? Let's see.
you managed to come down, and this is a creature that looks very familiar because it's the same sort of shape and configuration as your ally Boone, which is a beholder.
There's a nasty one on this. It's another beholder. Well, that's interesting. What about the other trees? Should we check those out? Maybe there's other slates.
Another beholder? What do you mean?
Oh, we're friends with a beholder.
Oh. That sounds
Like
nice.
he's friend.
Don't usually meet friendly ones.
Melbin and Theo, you all see the glow of the luminite, and it's beautiful, and it's like nothing you've ever seen before. I need you both to make a wisdom saving throw.
18.
18. Okay. It's really tempting. You really want to go over and check it out, but something you're just like, okay, hold on. Let's see if we can figure out some more information here.
I'm sorry, I was mildly distracted by something I had to deal with.
That's okay.
These all came out of one tree?
It's all came out of one tree.
Which tree was it?
This is the purple tree,
This is the purple tree, okay.
which is down close to the luminite itself. There's also, in the triangular sense of the room, there's also 3 other trees
Yeah.
that are at each point on the highest level.
We'll check those out. Igneous will check one of those out. Climb it.
I'll go check out another one. I'm a very good climber. Have I mentioned that?
Okay.
Igneous is now feeling fairly competitive with Diedre about climbing because she smoked him going up the mountain. So
Okay.
as
all
she
right.
starts to move towards the other one, he like goes faster and tries to beat her.
All right. Let's have a athletics check. Athletics, but for both of you.
Do I get advantage because of my climbing ability?
Both of us are dexterity characters.
Well, the first one is just to see who gets to the tree
Oh,
first.
okay.
So, Diedre, which color are you heading towards? Green, yellow, or
Yellow.
red?
9.
16.
Okay. 16. And Igneous, you rolled a
Yes.
9? Okay. Deidre deftly gets over to her
Oh,
tree.
she's so fast!
You have a little bit of color, like, ooh, should I go after the red? Should I go after green? I'm not sure. Oh, rats, and you finally make up your decision going after the red one, right? Because it's your color, and you kind of like go over to it. But she beats you, and you manage both to. I'm not just gonna have you roll for it, but I'll say that both of you are pretty nimble and you can climb up. As this is happening, Khali and Yenni, you look at that luminite. Khali, especially, you're this is your mission. I need you both to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is a 14 gonna do it?
Is a 7 gonna do it?
7 goes into 14 twice, baby.
Hey,
So,
rolling like a DM over
Both
here.
of you see this, and you kind of look at each other, and you're like, well, they're going after the trees. Let's go after the Luminite. And you both rush down, leaping down these big steps, and you're like, ha 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 ha, ha. And you're jumping down, trying to see who can get to this first. Igneous and Diedre, you managed to pull out 2 of the slates. They have similar symbols on them as before. This time, Diedre, you're pulling out a yellow unicorn head and a yellow dragon. And Igneous, you have like a red beholder and a red dragon. And you're in the tree, high up. Yenni and Khali, you both reached the Luminite. What would you like to do? You really want it.
I'm trying to remember our friends that were at the temple. We had the beholder, we had the dragonborn, what was Lucky's?
Lucky's a winter eladrin.
The winter
The
ladron.
grung is like a frog.
The frog. Okay, I guess those don't match up as much as I thought maybe they did.
That would have been.
This was my mission, so I'm gonna just grab the Luminite.
Okay. You grab the Luminite. You feel a little tug from the light, and as soon as you pull it out of the light goes away, fades. You hear this behind you, far up from where you came in. Doors close.
Oh.
And as the doors reach their final destination of shutting off and sealing the room, each of the trees start to rumble.
Oh no.
Roots become uprooted, and Igneous and Diedre, you feel a shifting underneath you. Theo, are you still in the tree?
No.
Okay,
I
you've
think I
come
would have
down.
gotten down to look at the runes.
You and Melbin have come down, and you're looking at these slates, but you feel this tree uprooting in front of you, the purple tree. These stubby 4 feet tall legs kind of get formed out of roots with tendrils kind of flailing around a little bit, and twisted, gnarled faces form from the bark and the knots, and they all look at you, and they see Khali with the Luminite, and they go, and they start shifting and moving their way. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Hey there, it's time for some announcements, and this is Chris Daly, your Dungeon Master for Season 5. I hope you guys are enjoying this season. It is getting really interesting, and we are a few weeks out from what you're listening to right now. It's just going to get even better and better, so we've been having a lot of fun with it, so I hope you enjoy it. So every episode this season, I've been mentioning some tools that are great for DMs and players. This week, we're going to mention another DM tool, which is called The Alexandrian, which is a blog run by Justin Alexander. This is mostly for DMs, but there are some resources for players as well. It's mostly just a lot of articles about being a better DM, running games better. It's not just for Dungeons and Dragons too. There are some other types of gaming systems as well. So there's a whole section called Game Mastery 101, which I highly recommend checking out. That's the price of admission alone. It's worth it, and the price of admission is free because it's a blog. So if you don't feel like going over to YouTube and watching a bunch of frankly hit or miss quality videos, because there are a lot of good stuff about being a better DM and being a good D&D player, but there's a lot of bad stuff on YouTube, and this is really good content if you just want to read it or have your computer read it to you. But it's thealexandrian.net, and I definitely recommend that. Hey, if you do like our podcast, and we sure hope you do, head over to your podcast app of choice, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, whatever it is, and leave us a 5-star rating and review. You can leave a comment, or you can just leave a 5-star rating or whatever rating you like, but we hope it's 5 stars. If you like the show and we want to get the word out, we love reading comments. We will read every single one of them. We'll read it on the announcements if you leave us one, because we're cool like that. So take a minute and leave us a comment. It just helps the algorithm. It helps people discover the show. We really appreciate it very, very, very much. If you also want to head over to TeePublic and check out our swag, you can search for Knights of the Roll Table, and there are various things, t-shirts and prints and stickers and even masks that you can get with the Knights of the Realm logo. There's a Knights of the Roll Table logo. There's Hydration is Very Important t-shirt, which is very popular. So head on over to TeePublic and search for Knights of the Roll Table. If you do like playing D&D and need some character art, consider checking out my Patreon. That's me, Chris Daly, my Patreon. I have one at patreon.com/dungeonheads. My codename is Dungeonheads on all social media, and Patreon is my main hub of choice. So if you are in need of character art, I have created a library of character art that grows each and every week with more variations on all different characters. I'm reaching the 100 character mark that I started in February of this year, and it's just continuing to grow. So check out my stuff at patreon.com/dungeonheads. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can see me make some really stupid videos and share some of the artistic process on some of those. But consider going over to Patreon and checking out the library. A lot of the music on the podcast comes from Arcane Anthems and Tabletop Audio. Our good friend Weston runs Arcane Anthems, where you can get custom designed music that you can download for free. But if you pay a little bit and subscribe to his Patreon, you can get loops and master files and higher quality audio and suggest the types of anthems that he should create next. Plus, you get to support one of our friends and somebody that was on the show for a couple of seasons. So definitely check out Arcane Anthems, and Tabletop Audio is really great. They do ambiance music as well as some background music as well, and you'll hear both of those lovely auditory sounds throughout this season as well. Hey, we know we are not the only tabletop RPG and D&D actual play podcast out there, so thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being a fan. If you are not a fan, thank you for at least listening and pretending that you're a fan. And thank you for being part of the D&D RPG podcast community. Don't forget to go out and make life an adventure. Okay, so Igneous, you're up first. You're right in this big red leafed tree. It's with a gray bark and it's shifting around. What would you like to do?
Does it have like?
You've gotten 2 out of the 4 runes.
Okay. Does it have like a face? Did eyes open up, or is the tree just moving?
I'll say you can't tell on yours, but you can see from the other ones that they do have kind of arms, legs, and faces. It's a little hard to tell from yours, but you definitely see like a kind of like shifting around underneath you, and it's taking everything you have to hold on.
Okay. What I want to do, and it might not all fit in the turn, would be hit it 3 times, preferably in like eyes and appendages, and then use Step of the Wind to disengage with a key point, which also doubles my jump distance. But also I have all my movement. So I'd like to like hit it, kind of like try to grab the last 2 plates and jump really far away.
Okay. Grabbing the last 2 would be an action.
It's probably wise to, rather than hit it, use the action and movement to grab the last 2 and Step of the Wind to disengage and jump.
Yep.
Super fun.
Okay. So I'm going to say in this case, it's going to be a sleight of hand. Because you are trying to outmaneuver a moving tree and kind of take it from now awakened branches and whatnot moving around.
I rolled a 1. 6.
No.
Skills.
Oh, natural 1. Okay, so you go to grab it, and you manage to grab on one, but you slip, and you fall a couple of branches, and you kind of crack. Do you still want to use Step of the Wind to disengage, or do you want to stay in the tree?
So was that my action, but failed action? And
Failed action.
part of my movement?
It didn't. Falling is not part of your movement.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking going towards the plate. I think having failed, he would stay
Okay.
in there. Which means, do I have another action that would be good to take? Let me see. He can do patient defense. You can spend a key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn. There you go. So
Patient defense.
I'll use a key point to dodge as a bonus action, and so that will
Got it.
aid my ability to hang in.
All right, Khali, you are up, followed by Yenni.
May I clarify? Did the runes? Is there one tree not moving?
All of them are moving.
Okay.
So the last tree that no one engaged with was the green tree, which was farthest away from the door. It's moving basically behind you, towards you.
Okay, and so that green one would be the closest one to me.
Correct.
All right.
I also need you to make a perception check.
Ooh, 12.
Okay, that'll do it. You notice on the doors, because the doors closed as soon as that happened, you kind of, oh no, the doors. You notice that there is something carved on the door that got shut, that wasn't there before.
I will. Huh. Well, that's got me curious. I think I'm about to engage the green tree, but I noticed that on the door, I have 65 to fly.
Yeah.
Can I make it to the
You
door?
could definitely get to the absolute.
Then I'm gonna go straight to the door.
Okay. You fly up, go to the door. You're still holding the luminite, and
That's true.
yeah, and you see 4 symbols,
Oh.
each with a different color.
Oh no.
Did the file open up?
Yes. No. That's an oh no in character.
Okay. So, oh no. And so you see in front of you, you see the carvings on the door. There is a red dragon head. There is a green goblin. There is a yellow. I did that on purpose. There is a yellow unicorn head and a purple beholder. Underneath each symbol, each rune, there is a rectangular kind of slot that's just about as big as some of those slates that you saw your party pull from the trees.
So knowing that a turn is only like 6 seconds, I can't yell all of these, but I see all of them, and I yell back. I go, first one I'm gonna need is a red dragon.
Okay.
Do I have that one? I was in the red tree, right?
Yes, you were in the red tree. I will say that you have the red dragon. I think I even said. I'm not sure if I said.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you have the red dragon and the red. I don't know. Red goblin.
Non-important. Other one. All right.
You look at both of them and you're like. And you have you have it. That's Khali's turn. Did you want to use a bonus action for anything?
No, are any of the trees? Have the trees like started to turn to me now, since I still have the luminite?
They all follow your move. They all follow your direction. It's not their turn yet, but
Excellent.
You see their eyes. See their eyes following you.
I'm just gonna stay there.
Okay. Yenni, you are up, followed by Theo.
Got it. Would the tree closest to Khali at the beginning of their turn, would that be the tree that is now closest
Yeah.
to me?
Now, so the green tree it's making its way down the steps. It would have to pass you,
Mhm.
and head back up. That's its shortest distance to Khali, but it's definitely beelining it towards Khali.
Got it.
In its own way, happening at the same time, that sort of thing. So it's behind you. You turn up. You see this green elder tree kind of shambling towards you. Well, what do you want to do?
Well, if there's one thing axes are good for, it's chopping some wood. Let's do it. Let's get into some rage.
You hear the Hydrax says, "Hey, are we gonna do some chopping?
Oh, we're gonna chop. We're gonna chop. Chop,
do
chop.
this. Let's do this, my friend."
Let's go into a rage to start. And
Yeah,
then, how
rage.
far away am I from the tree?
Right now it is about 20 feet away from you. The green tree.
The green tree. Let's go for a sort of leaping attack.
Okay. It leaps forward and you leap up and it's a slow motion kind of.
Nat 20, baby.
Oh!
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So,
And Yenni, I hope you're keeping track of your axe's special abilities too.
yes.
Okay.
There will
All
come a time, but not
Okay.
yet.
All right.
Here we're just gonna double up that damage. Let's see. So, oh boy. All right, let me get all the dice I need.
So I believe you have 2 attacks as well, so you can go ahead and roll again.
Yes.
Are you,
Oh, should I roll for the next attack now, or should I just do all my damage for this first attack here?
whichever you like.
Okay.
I like to have all the damage at once.
Okay.
But
Got it. I'll roll for the next attack as well. Oh, this one's just a 19.
that still hits. That still hits. But wait, doesn't I forget? Does the Hydrax crit on a 19?
It was not a nat 19.
Okay.
Just with
Gotcha.
all my pluses. Damage for the first one. Oh boy. 20. And then. Okay. And then once I get the total, I double it with the.
Double your dice rolled,
Got it.
and then you're going to add your modifier.
Okay, got it. Then. Let's go on. There we
So
go.
you have +2 for raging, plus your weapon modifier.
Mhm.
plus-
Yeah. 27 damage.
All right.
That's attack number 1.
Okay.
Now the regular dig.
Khali, you just see this halfling behind you just leap in and just like chop into this tree with mad ferocity. It's like, whoa. All right, what's damage for the second strike?
Second chop. 21.
They have to keep their rage somewhere.
Slash and chop and slice into the tree, and you're going after branches and into the trunk. You manage actually to cut off a couple branches that are holding some of those slates. Dragon is 1, Goblin is 2, Unicorn is 3, Porter is 4. You got Unicorn and the Dragon. You did not get the Green Goblin yet. But you chopped off at least 2 of those. You kind of see that, and you're like, ah, dealing much damage. The tree is still up, but it's hurting. It's like sap is pouring out, and it's real nasty, and it's lost one of its arms,
Nice.
so to speak. So there you go. Anything else on your turn?
I think I've done enough damage.
Okay, I think you're good. Theo, you're up.
Okay. Theo is going to twirl his shepherd's crook around, and he's going to lift it up. And as he does, he's going to cast Conjure Animals, and he is going to conjure 8 baboons that are going to appear. They're going to go. He's going to say, "Okay, go and get those slates," and is going to command them to go forth and climb the trees and get those slates. They are going to be at 16 is their initiative. So they will do that at 16.
All right. Cool. Baboon climbing.
Does the casting thing happen?
No.
Oh. Well, if nothing happens there, then I will cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Okay. Shillelagh is cast. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have some of the purple slates, right? You have all of the purple slates. Okay.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so is it close enough to toss them over to where
you're all the way down in the lowest level, so you're quite a ways away from. You just heard Khali yell, "We need a red dragon!" So you can yell something back to Khali.
I'll just run up to where he is with all of them and be like, "I've got all the purple ones."
Okay, I'll say because you're not flying and you're going up, you make it about halfway on your turn. All right, next up is the purple tree. So as you start running, Melbin, it actually is going to attack you twice. Theo. And Theo and Melbin, you guys are near each other, right?
Yep.
So the first one is going to be we'll do a slam attack on Theo, which is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, it's good.
And that's 12 bludgeoning damage. This large mass of vines and twigs comes slamming down on you. And you're like, ah! You keep running, but it definitely like shakes you like, what the heck? Melbin, the left arm, that was its right arm, the left arm of the tree goes into the ground. It kind of like stabs itself into the ground, and then from the ground, all of these little spikes, these like sort of tree spikes, come up from the ground. This is
I'm picturing the end of Little Shop of Horrors.
Kind of, except it's a little bit more like skewers come up from the ground.
Gotcha.
So 22 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Natural 1.
Okay, so 22 piercing damage. Yeah, that's it. That's a dex.
I'm rolling great today.
Okay, that's all right. Melbin, it's your turn.
All right. Clearly, these are not ordinary trees. Given my oath of the ancestors and my commitment to nature and all that, would I have any sense that these are fey trees or like evil trees of some sort, as opposed to just like I don't know, some normal natural creature?
As a free action, I'll say give me a nature check. Nature or history.
They're actually the same. 15.
Okay, so from what you know of the Feywild, these definitely seem like Fey in nature. They are alive. They're not like constructs from what you know about constructs and like things that are unnatural. They seem alive or awakened, if you will, but they seem to be moving of their own volition, and like they have some sort of purpose. Like they were put here to guard possibly this stone that's here, or to prevent falling into the wrong hands. You get a sense that like they're here for a purpose. I'm not quite sure what that is, but they are
This will
they are
probably be a
real
wasted
trees,
action.
but they're just awakened trees.
So wait, so they're not? I don't think they're fey trees specifically.
They're real Fey trees. I mean, you.
Okay. I'm gonna try this. It's
Okay.
probably a wasted action, but I'm just gonna try it. I want to do Turn the Faithless, which is a channel divinity thing, which will turn Fey or fiends, and effectively it's like turn undead, but for those things.
Okay.
So it's 30 feet, and they have to beat a Wisdom saving throw. He yells out some sort of ancient words.
Get away, trees, anciently.
And then they would have to beat 16. on a wisdom saving throw if they are Fey or fiends.
It rolled a natural 1.
Ouch.
So, and it is a huge plant, so it's going to run away. Is that what happens?
It says.
Okay, so it just looks at
its
you
turn
and
for 1 minute or until it takes damage, and it passes its turn trying to get away from me.
okay.
And can't take reaction when you use dash action.
Okay. So it kind of looks at you and like kind of like shields itself a little bit and just backs up a little bit. I mean, it's going to use its movement. Its movement. But
Right. If any of the other trees are within 30 feet, they would also be affected.
they are not. They are farther up away from your
Cool.
zone. So, yeah, good one.
Nope. Okay, that'll do.
Okay. Next up is the yellow tree, which I believe is Diedre's tree. Okay. The yellow tree is sensing that you're near it. It's going to use its movement to move towards Khali in the center. It gets almost all the way, but not quite to Khali.
But I'm still in it.
You're still in it, so it's shifting. I'm going to say you're deft enough to get a hold on this and not fall out, but it is shifting you around a little bit. And it's basically just using its movement. It's a little slower. It only has 20 feet of movement, but it's Khali's about 50 feet away. So it moves its way there, and as it's moving, it kind of feels in its branches, it's kind of reaching up, and it's going to try to grab you and slam you to the ground. So this is slam attack. Ooh, it rolled a natural 20. A natural 20 from a tree. So it's going to grab you by the leg and throw you down, and you take 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Can I use my uncanny dodge to have that?
Sure. So,
Ow!
what did I say? 21?
21.
So 10.
So I'm going to take 10.
Okay. All right. So it does that, and then it's going to use its second attack to... Yep, it's going to also do the skewer maneuver, because that's a 60 feet range. So it's going to stab its left arm into the ground, and thorny vines stick up. I need Diedre and Khali to make a dex save.
10.
9.
You both are going to take 15 points of piercing damage. All right, that's the yellow tree. The green tree, which is fighting with Yenni, is going to continue to fight with Yenni and try to make its multi-attack. It's going to... It's pretty weak right now, so it's actually going to use one of its reactions to form a leaf shield from its right arm. It kind of goes... And all of these leaves and sticks and brambles and everything sort of form a shield, and it raises its AC a little bit. And then it's going to try to pierce you with a kind of a skewer of branches and vines with the piercing with its left hand. Oh my gosh. I rolled another nat 20 for this one. Yikes.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, wow. Yenni, you take 44 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Halved, right? Because he's raging?
Yeah,
That is halved?
piercing.
Yeah, is it piercing damage?
So 22.
Got it. Yeah, so that's half. And then,
You
okay,
lucky
22.
half.
And then we still, before we went through the portal, we got some temporary hit points. Is that right? Am I remembering that right?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we got like 4. if I
Yeah,
remember.
it was from the Hero's Feast.
Got
And
it.
it was lasting 24 hours. I got poisoned earlier.
Well, you got poison damage. You didn't get poison.
6, 72. There we go.
Okay. All right. Next up is Diedre.
Hey. So I've been whacked around by a tree.
Yep, thrown to the ground. You're out of the tree. You did get 2 of the slates, I think I said. So, of the yellow, you got the goblin and the unicorn.
I'm gonna, I'm still a little woozy because I just got smacked to the ground by a tree. Be like, hey, just hold him up. I got a thing.
Khali, you see her hold up yellow goblin and yellow unicorn.
Unicorn!
How am I close to the little slat thing?
You're not close enough to the door, but you're, I think I said 30 feet away from Khali. So you could move, or you can try to throw it.
I'm a pretty good aim. So I'm gonna read it.
You're gonna throw it right in the slot?
I mean...
That was the foreshadowing with the arrow earlier.
All those years of Diedre playing disc golf are finally going to pay off.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
I don't. Well, you're at a weird. It's to the side of you, so
yeah. No, I was.
You can
I was
throw it at
it
Khali.
Khali.
Yeah. So you kind of just frisbee golf it, towards Khali, and the yellow unicorn slate kind of goes flying. It comes skidding to your. Actually, monks have a pretty cool projectile ability.
Yeah.
So
I'll
say
that
you
as my
catch it.
fast hands, because basically,
Yeah.
Cool. Then
Absolutely.
I'm gonna stab this tree
Go for it.
after I've done that, because that's what every girl wants to do.
Yeah. Carve your name into the tree, Buck.
All right. Well, that's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
12 damage.
12. All right.
Stabbing the tree.
It just kind of loses some leaves and they come floating down on top of you.
Every little bit.
All right. The red tree, which Igneous is in, it's going
But
to
dodging.
make its 20 feet of shambling movement.
Whoosh.
Kind of moves you around. You're also going to be able to hang on, but even though you're kind of you're down a couple branches. As it's moving towards Khali, it's also going to try and slam you.
Ooh.
25 to hit.
So because I'm dodging, that means it has disadvantage.
Oh, okay. 19 to hit.
Hope it helps. Oh, that's close. I am AC. Scroll. I am AC 18.
Just got you.
Slammed.
Slam. 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh. So am I out of the tree now?
Yeah. So it grabbed you
That's
and
right.
slammed you down. I'm actually going to say it's hanging onto you and it slams you into itself. It just,
Oh.
just like a ragdoll. And then its second one, it's going to take its left hand, holding you
Oh.
up, upside down, and it's going to try to pierce you. Still with disadvantage? Or was it only for the first attack?
Yes. Yeah, I think dodge for your turn, you impose disadvantage, so. For the next turn. This is still part of the turn that I'm
Okay.
dodging.
So, 19 to hit.
Dang it. 18 AC.
These things have a plus 10
Mm.
for their attacks. 25 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
And it's closer. It's within 30 feet of Khali, but it's not quite there. Top of the round, Igneous. It's your turn.
Igneous is looking very beat up.
Don't,
After this
I
is
forgot the
Khali.
baboons, though.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Baboons.
They can
let's
go-
retcon
they
a
can
little
go
bit.
at the
So,
end.
well, before Diedre, there's 8 baboons. They each disperse. Now we already know that some of the things, some of the slates have already been taken.
Mhm. We got the purple ones.
Purple ones. No, wait.
Halfway. I got
Purple
them.
ones are
They're
already
going-
there.
They're halfway there.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you?
Purple are all gone,
So you have the purple
and we know
ones.
the red dragon is out. I don't think we knew the yellow, and no one's gotten anything from the green.
Khali has the yellow one. So we'll just say the baboons climb up the trees. They're grabbing. They're like, they're just grabbing. I'm like making all these. Can I get some baboon noises? Okay, that's good.
Hubba,
We'll use that in post. Between all of these baboons and the trees are like, they grab the remaining slates. And with their movement, what's the baboon?
It is 30 feet of 30 feet and a climb of 30 feet as well.
So, because of where you are, they managed to grab from the purple and green tree. They grab the remaining slates from the other two. Let's say, splitting it up to 2 baboons per tree. The other 4 baboons are making their way to the trees. They don't quite get there, but they're on their way. But they do get the other. Are taken.
Cool. And I
green.
will message them. Bring them over here, or bring them to Khali. Him over there, yeah.
And they kind of nod like the monkey does really quickly. And that's going to be their turn, but they have their marching instructions. All right, Igneous, you're up, followed by Khali and then Yenni.
Ono the owl can take the help action.
Okay.
So Ono's flying around and will like fly by the tree, hassle it a little bit to distract it, and I will. This is probably not necessary, but I'm pretty upset at the tree, so I'm gonna punch it a little bit before I jump out of it.
Yeah.
So.
Punch that red tree.
Oh, first attack is a crit.
Oh.
That wasn't even with the help action, but that'll get used anyway. So, critical hit. Damage will be 12 from that. And I'm gonna hit it 2 other times. Whack it again to the quarterstaff. That's a 22 to hit.
It hits.
And damage will be another 9. So we're a total of 18.
Yep.
No, more than that. 21.
Yep.
And then one final send-off shot with my... Wait, I don't know. I think I have that. I have a bonus action.
You have
2 attacks.
You have flurry of blows, which is 2 attacks.
Yeah, but I want to use my bonus action to Step of the Wind and disengage. So that would just be those 2 attacks. So then he uses Step of the Wind, which allows him to disengage and not get attacked as he leaps out of the tree with twice his regular jump distance. So he's going to jump as far as it takes to land near Khali and hand him the red dragon.
All right. And you get right next to Khali.
Sorry, I have to leave.
And the tree just gnarls its bark at teeth at you. Just, and as you're leaping through, you see these baboons kind of shimmering towards the red tree. They're still looking to, like, what the? All right, that's your turn. Khali, you are up.
I now have the yellow unicorn that I caught from Diedre, and I now also have the red dragon that Igneous just handed me.
Yes.
Can I place both of them on the same turn? I'm gonna hope that order is not important.
Which one are you placing first?
I'm gonna say that since I just caught the red, or just since Igneous just handed me the red one, I'm gonna put that one in first.
You had the yellow one first.
I did, but I just got that one most recently.
Okay.
So I'm imagining that it's a little bit more unstable in my grip. So
yeah,
like,
sure.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so red one goes in first.
Yeah.
It lights up.
Cool.
Yellow one goes in next. Lights up.
And then with the rest of my turn, there's still a tree by me, isn't there?
Both of the trees that are flanking you are about 30 feet away at this point.
Okay, great. Then I'll just yell, "Green Goblin, Purple Beholder!" And then I see a horde of baboons coming towards me.
Yeah, coming towards the trees.
Okay.
So they're like pairs of baboons are like making their way, and they're kind of shimmering with the fey like glimmery presence and whatnot. Yenni. Yeah, they're spectral fey animals. Yenni, it's your turn, followed by Theo, and Yenni, you're fighting green away.
Got it.
Or green elder.
The tree dropped a bunch of stuff, right?
well, you cut off one of its arms, and the baboons took the. There's a bunch of baboons in the tree right now, and they took the slates and they sort of jumped down, but they're just kind of there looking at you, and one of them's like picking up beetles.
Oh, okay. Baboons are none of my business. I gotta take down this tree.
Yep.
Go. 8. That's not gonna hit.
8's gonna miss.
How about a 3? Is that gonna hit?
Oh, 3's gonna miss too. No, so Yenni just gets. You say baboons are not concerned, but at the same time you trip over one baboon and God, swing, and you swing again. The baboon's like and it kind of bares its fangs at you, and you're like and you bare your fangs at it, and it just becomes this sort of like, get out of the way, baboons. So unfortunately you do not hit. Theo, you are up after, and then the purple
All right,
tree.
I'm going to continue running towards
Theo, you're up.
Khali to get that purple. I'll be kind of sorting through, looking at all the purple ones I have to find the purple beholder, and then we'll hand that off.
You make it the rest of the way, and you hand it. I mean,
yeah,
you can either
you'll
put
tell
it
me
in
where
yourself,
to put it,
or you can.
I'll put it in there. Great, I'll put it in the purple beholder slot.
Okay, you put it in, and the purple beholder on the wall lights up.
Cool. Will I still have time for an action?
Yeah.
I mean, up to you. All right.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. Actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to put out the Unicorn Totem, which will be a 60-foot radius. Then I will also do Mass Cure Wounds. 31. Everyone heals 31.
Okay, so not everybody,
Everyone
but
in
so
60
that's
feet.
Khali, Diedre, Igneous,
Needed.
and that's it.
Sorry, Yenni.
Yenni and Melbin do not get that. They're
31.
out of range.
31.
All right,
That's it.
that turn. Purple tree followed by Melbin. Purple tree is still near Melbin. It's going to attack Melbin.
No, it's turn, remember?
Oh, its turn. That's right. So it cannot attack you. So it's going to use its 20 feet of movement to run around and try to make its way up the path. That's all it can really do. I think when it gets feet, it's going to use the dash action to move another 20 feet. So that's what it's going to do. Melbin, you're up.
Cool. How is Diedre? Diedre, how are you looking after that healing? Are you still
I'm good.
almost dead? Okay. All right. Melbin is going to yell out.
Hey, why don't we just hit our tattoos 3 times and get out of here?
And then, but in the meantime, he's gonna run up towards the door.
If we don't kill them all, we won't get the XP.
All right. The yellow tree, which is the one that Diedre was in, or that's near Diedre, I should say, is going to use its action to multi-attack. So it's going to, with its left hand, it's going to do another skewer. So I need Diedre, Igneous, and Khali to make a dexterity saving throw.
25.
27.
19.
Okay, so you all save. You're gonna take 11, half of that, which is 11 points of piercing damage.
So that would be like AoE, right?
If it's a dexterity saving throw is what makes it work, which it was. So yes, I have that too.
Fine. Okay, yeah. So both of you all don't take anything. With its right hand, it's going to do a pierce attack. And 22 to hit Diedre.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that's going to be 24 points of piercing damage.
Okay. I would like to use Actually, you know what? That's fine. I'll just take that.
Okay.
I know what I'm going to do later, and it's probably really stupid.
Green tree is going to attack Yenni, who is fighting. Yenni, you're gonna it's gonna make a slam attack at you, and it takes its one arm and it grabs you and slams down. It's gonna be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
And you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, but that's halved because you're raging, so 7. And its left arm, which you cut off early. Oh yeah, actually. So it does not have a shield anymore. So it's gonna just use its same arm to make a stab attack. 15.
It just hits.
Ooh. 27 points of piercing damage. Half is 13. Diedre, you are up.
Okay. Like I said, I'm going to do something stupid because we still need the green
We love stupid.
goblin, right?
Well, the baboons, actually, before your turn,
Okay.
the baboons make their way to the ones that have the green slate, and the other baboons make their way to the yellow and red trees, and they're like climbing those trees. That those two are already taken care of. But the ones with the green ones use their full. What's their movement again?
30 feet.
Theo? 30 and
Yeah.
30 climbing. So I'll say like combination of climbing steps and stuff like that. So they make their way to Khali, the one that has both of them with the green. They have the 4 green slates. So they like these 4 baboons run up to you, and they have the 4 green slates. So the baboons hand them to Khali. They'll just give them to you. Now it's your turn.
They've handed the slates to Khali or to me?
To Khali,
Okay.
because Theo gave him an order to give him to Khali.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to hit the tree then.
Okay.
Because that was what I was going to do.
Yeah.
21.
21 hits.
That's going to be 14. And I'm not flanking, right?
No.
Hard to flank a tree. And that's it.
So it
I
was
will take the dodge
14 points of
action.
damage.
Yeah, 14 damage,
Okay.
and then for my whatever, I'm gonna do the dodge action.
Okay. Finally, the red tree makes its way up to Khali, and it's going to try and stab you, Khali. And the first one is going to be a 26 to hit. And that's 26 damage. That's with its one arm, and then the other arm is going to do a skewer again. So this will be the area attack. So I need Diedre, Khali, and Igneous, and the baboons, I guess, technically, to make a dexterity saving throw. Igneous and Diedre will probably save, but Khali...
14.
10, but my evasion means even if I fail, I can half the damage.
Okay.
26.
Okay, 14 still just saves. So damage is 8. I mean, it's 16, but then it's halved, so it's 8. So
Okay.
Diedre takes 8. I think Khali and Igneous take none.
No, I take
don't-
8.
Oh, you take 8?
Yeah, I don't have evasion.
Oh, okay.
You should. It's a monk ability.
I
I
should.
think. It's like level 8 monk.
I should.
Somewhere around there.
Well,
Yeah,
think about
maybe.
it.
Moving on.
Yeah. Igneous, it's your turn.
Ooh,
You're right next to
I'm-
Khali. The baboons have handed the last slate to him. What do you do?
Can I just like grab it out of his hand and
Yeah.
stick it in?
Sure.
I do that.
You grab it,
Hurry up!
put it in the slot. Green goblin lights up. The door starts to open. As the door starts to open, all of the trees that are in mid slam and mid stab and mid everything, they just kind of stop and they calm themselves for a second, and they kind of turn around and they start walking back to their respective positions.
Wow.
And the doors open, and the room that you came through in front of you.
And there's more riddles.
Welcome back. Here's another riddle.
Baboons, get him.
So, can we not just use our tattoos to go back now?
We're getting the artifact. You come all this way? Have you not been paying attention?
I thought we had it.
I thought that's what Khali grabbed.
Yeah, I do have it now.
Oh, I did not notice that. All right.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm bleeding rather profusely, so if we could return back, that would be just excellent.
I'll do lay on hands on Diedre and give her 10 HP.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you all so much for your help. You were all... That was rather incredible.
Will you be joining us coming back, darling?
Oh, yes. I've got to get this back to the first night. I think it's going to prove to be
All
very
right.
important.
I've no intention of sticking around here. Let's tap those tattoos and click our heels and
Khali's
kind
kind of like, what? Like he doesn't really understand what you're talking about because he doesn't seem to have the memory of the instruction of the tattoos. So
They told us I think we could bring him back if we were like holding onto him, right? All right. So I'll just trust us on this one. I'll put my arm around him.
So you
Takes
all
a quick
kind of
sip.
link arms, link elbows. All of you sort of do a triple tap.
Oh, and the baboons
tap?
and my eagle, they gotta come too. Rebecca, come on. All the
Rebecca
baboons.
gets in the circle. The eagle's outside.
Hang on, has the eagle been
Yeah,
here
the eagle's
whole
cast
time?
for 5 hours.
Hopping along. The eagle's outside. It was too big. But the baboons
Let's
kind of
go.
jump all around. They kind of jump on some of your backs. They jump on Diedre and they start picking like stuff out of her hair. And
Why?
Yenni comes
Comic mischief.
Yenni comes running up and
I know they would try to touch her hair and she would immediately pull a dagger.
Sure.
And put it
kind of jumps over to Igneous and starts putting its finger in Igneous's hair, and it's like because it's made out of fire. And as you do that, you
There's no place like Glorn. There's no place like Glorn.
shimmer away, and you swear, Melbin, as you do that, you see Peep the fawn's head pop up one last time, and it says,
Wait, don't you want to know what it...
and then you go away, and that's where we will stop for the night. Thank you, guys. Thank you, David.
Hey everybody, this is Chris. We're excited that Knights of the Roll Table is part of the Geekly Grind Podcast Network. But did you know that there are other geeky podcasts you can listen to? There totally are! Such as The Anime Fantasticness of Blake and Spencer Get Jumped, and Comic Book Keepers, where we talk about one superhero, hero, villain, or team one issue at a time. But we also have some new baby brothers in our podcast family. Explore the vast universe of geekdom with Geeksploration, or Talking Animation's Finer Details with JD's Ink and Paint Club. So check those out today. Escape your weekly grind